Hollywood sells dreams in IMAX, then edits queer stars out in the fine print. Tonight on Silent Fame, we dig into 10 times the industry pretended a gay star never existed. These aren't cautionary tales, they're receipts of doors quietly closing, calls that never came, and careers rerouted by coded not the right fit. From festival darlings to franchise-ready heartthrobs, you'll see how PR spin, typecasting, and whispered ultimatums tried to erase real people with real talent, and how they pushed back with pride. As we count down, drop their number when a story hits home, tell us where you're watching from, and subscribe plus ring the bell so these names don't get buried again. Ready to lift the velvet rug and see what's underneath? Let's begin. 1. Chris Salvatore, The Voice, Hollywood Silenced. Chris Salvatore had it all. Dazzling looks, a heart of gold, and a voice that could melt hearts. A proud, openly gay singer-actor, he lit up the screen and hit LGBTQ+ rom-coms like Eating Out and sang songs for queer causes. Fans adored his warmth and talent. Yet, after those indie films and even a taste of reality TV fame, Hollywood's phone went dead. There were no big movie offers or major TV roles for this fearless artist, only whispers and rumors. It was as if the industry couldn't see him for who he was. But we remember Chris for his authenticity and spirit. He never hid his pride or the truth in his music. Even when the spotlight turned away, he kept inspiring fans with every note. His story reminds us that prejudice is cruel, but our love is louder. We raise his name and keep his songs alive, proving we won't let Hollywood silence him. Drop a like if you remember the warmth Chris shared, and comment his name to honor this fearless voice. 2. Tom Pryor, queer history maker, vanished. Tom Pryor gave us queer history. In 2021, he co-wrote, produced, and starred in Firebird, a sweeping Cold War love story between two soldiers. He poured his soul into telling that hidden gay romance. For a moment, Tom stood in the spotlight as an authentic storyteller, but once Firebird premiered, Hollywood fell silent. The director-actor who bravely championed our stories simply vanished. There were no red carpets, no late-night interviews. The big studios offered nothing. It was like Hollywood pretended the film and Tom's talent never existed. We refuse to let Tom Pryor's name fade. His courage in bringing our history to life deserves honor. He showed us that queer love can be epic, urgent, and powerful. Every hidden love story deserves a voice, and Tom made sure ours was heard. That truth is his resistance. So we stand up and give it our voice, telling Tom's story, sharing his name, and keeping his flame burning. Comment Tom's name to honor his bravery and keep this queer storyteller's legacy alive. 3. Peter Porte, too handsome, too gay, too invisible. Peter Porte had everything Hollywood loves: charm, talent, and a great smile. He was a soap opera heartthrob on The Young and the Restless, and the funny dreamboat on Baby Daddy. He even starred in landmark LGBT projects like Dashing in December, the first gay Hallmark romance. But after each success, something strange happened. The lead roles stopped coming. Hollywood acted like this openly gay leading man had turned invisible. His marriage to his husband Jacob brought him joy, but it barely made industry headlines. In the end, despite his range, studios gave him only smaller parts and gay niche roles. We celebrate Peter's authenticity and resilience. His laughter and warmth lit up every scene. When Hollywood pretended he didn't exist, we remember him. His journey reminds us that talent and pride can't stay hidden for long. We raise our voices now, honor every smile he gave us, every moment he made us laugh, and fight back against a system that sidelines queer stars. Love is for everyone, and Peter's star shines bright in our hearts. Comment: Peter's name to remind everyone of this charming star's bright legacy. 4. Jordan Gavaris. Too sharp? Too smart? Too open. Jordan Gavaris lit up our screens as Felix Dawkins on Orphan Black. That sharp-tongued, kind-hearted friend won fans around the world. His humor and honesty, completely himself on camera, showed what it means to be openly gay and unapologetically caring. But after Felix's story ended, Hollywood acted like it was time to move on. There were no blockbuster movies or big awards waiting for this proud Canadian. The industry that adored Felix didn't know what to do with the man who played him, another talented gay actor simply overlooked. We celebrate Jordan's authenticity and courage. He reminded us we can be exactly who we are. When Hollywood pretended he wasn't there, we remember him. His journey teaches us that a bright heart can be pushed into shadows, but it never stays dark for long. We raise Jordan's name now. Honor the laughter he gave, the empathy he shared, the truth he lived. He lives on through every fan who remembers Felix's spark. Drop a like if you remember Felix's spark, and make sure Jordan Gavaris' light never fades. 5. Randy Harrison. Too gay, too early, too brave to pretend. Randy Harrison exploded onto screens as Justin Taylor in Queer as Folk, the very first gay teen lead on US television. He dared to be honest and raw on primetime, winning hearts with every scene. Viewers watched Justin come out, fall in love, and fight for his rights, with Randy's soul shining through. But when the series ended in 2005, Hollywood's phone went silent for him. No mainstream rom-coms or blockbuster films came knocking. Instead, Randy poured himself into theater and voice work, proving his talent never faded even if the cameras ignored him. We celebrate Randy's courage and trailblazing role. He showed the world that queer stories belong on screen. When Hollywood pretended Justin's journey never happened, we remember. His legacy reminds us that being true is brave, even if the system looks away. We honor the path he paved and cherish every honest moment he gave us. Every open gay story now owes a debt to Justin's first steps, and through him, Randy's pride lives on. Subscribe to keep Randy's story alive and honor this pioneer's legacy. 6. Wentworth Miller, No More Pretending. Wentworth Miller soared to fame as Michael Schofield on Prison Break, a show about escape and survival. But his own story took a turn. In 2013, he publicly came out as gay after years of silence. Suddenly, the roles he once hoped for began to vanish. In 2020, he shocked fans by refusing to reprise Schofield, saying he just doesn't want to play straight characters anymore. Hollywood never explicitly told him to hide, but the message was clear. The only stories they wanted him for were the old straight ones. So Wentworth chose truth over pretense. We celebrate his authenticity and resilience. He reminds us that a man's heart should never be erased for the sake of a role. Now he's using his voice, writing screenplays, advocating for mental health, demanding better gay roles. If Hollywood pretended Wentworth never existed once he lived openly, we won't. He gave us hope in every powerful scene, and we stand with him. He showed us you can be the hero simply by being yourself. Drop a like if you remember Wentworth refusing to hide, and let's keep his legacy alive. 7. Matt Dallas, closeted once, living open. Now, Matt Dallas was the face of teen sci-fi when Kyle XY hit TV. But behind the camera, he struggled. Executives insisted he date on-screen girls to sell the fantasy, so he kept his true self hidden. He even went through a terrible day trying to pretend. Roles that might have come his way were lost in the shadows of that closet. Yet in 2013, Matt chose honesty and came out publicly. He later married his partner and became a father. He stepped back from Hollywood to raise a family, but his light still shines through his joy, activism, and the millions of fans he inspired by being himself. We celebrate Matt's liberation and happiness. He reminds us that authenticity is worth fighting for, even if it means walking away from fame. Today, he's at peace, building a loving family. Hollywood might not have rewarded him for telling the truth, but we do. We honor the bravery it took to break free and shine as himself. His journey fuels our pride, and his legacy lives in every kid who sees themselves in his smile. In the end, the best role Matt ever played is unapologetically his true self. Subscribe to keep Matt's story alive and applaud this icon's true victory. 8. Colton Haynes told he was too gay for Hollywood. Colton Haynes was on fire, the model turned actor from Teen Wolf and Arrow. He was a heartthrob with martial arts moves and a killer smile. But at every turn, Hollywood tried to tame him. Agents told Colton to wear cowboy hats, change his voice, hide the spark in his eye. When he came out in 2016, the work mostly dried up. Colton himself said the only auditions left were for gay roles. And there were few of those. For being true to himself, he lost the glitz. Big action scenes and hero parts faded away. We celebrate Colton's courage and authenticity. He reminds us that real shine can't be put away. When Hollywood acted like he didn't exist, we remember him. His story teaches us that being loud and proud is a rebel act of pride. We stand up for Colton now, honor every pose and every colorful choice he made, and push back against a system that chills bright talent. He lit up our screens. Now our voices ignite for him. Drop a like if you remember Colton's courage, and comment his name to keep this fearless spirit visible. 9. Rupert Everett, the price of truth in Hollywood. Once hailed as the perfect English gentleman, Rupert Everett was set to be a leading man for the ages. Charming, tall, sharp-witted, a heartbreaker in My Best Friend's Wedding, and an ideal husband. But in the late 1980s, when being openly gay was career suicide, Rupert dared to tell the world the truth. Hollywood did not applaud. It slammed the doors. Overnight, blockbuster scripts stopped arriving. Casting directors, who once called him the next big thing, quietly moved on. Rupert has said, "If I hadn't come out, I'd be a huge star." The price for honesty? He was frozen, out of major roles. Never the romantic hero, always the sidekick or eccentric. But Rupert refused to be a silent casualty. He exposed the industry's hypocrisy and kept fighting, carving out a place as an author, activist, and defiant symbol of queer resilience. His story isn't a tragedy, it's a rebellion. Everett turned the spotlight on the very system that erased him, daring others to break free. Do you believe Rupert deserved more? Comment his name and subscribe. Let's make sure Hollywood's closet never swallows another legend. 10. Tuc Watkins, Hollywood's queer dad who wouldn't disappear. Tuc Watkins had the looks, the humor, the talent. He could have played anyone's dream man. On Desperate Housewives, he was the charming neighbor everyone loved. On Broadway's The Boys and the Band, he brought queer stories into the spotlight. But off-screen, Tuc's journey broke every Hollywood rule. He came out, became a single gay dad, and lived his truth with pride. Suddenly, the starring roles shrank. Studios saw him as too real, too openly gay, too unconventional. Watkins never hid. He talked about fatherhood, queer love, and breaking molds. Yet for all his talent, he was never given the rom-coms or leading parts his straight peers took for granted. Did the industry hope he'd just fade away? Instead, Tuc became an icon, representing strength, vulnerability, and the beauty of queer families. He proved that being a proud gay father is not a Hollywood fantasy. It's real, it's powerful, and it's the future. If Tuc's story moved you, drop his name in the comments and subscribe. Let's show the world queer dads are here to stay and thrive. Erasure only works if we stop saying their names. Chris Salvatore, Tom Pryor, Peter Porte, Jordan Gavaris, Randy Harrison, Wentworth Miller, Matt Dallas, Colton Haynes, Rupert Everett, Tuc Watkins, each proof that pride outlasts silence. Which chapter moved you most? The roles lost? The lines they refused to cross? Or the lives they chose to live anyway? Comment the number, share this video with a friend who needs it, and subscribe to Silent Fame to keep queer histories in the light. Because visibility isn't a trend, it's protection, legacy, and love made public. Next up, the comebacks Hollywood never planned for. Until then, stay loud, stay kind, stay proud.